Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the revolution that's happening in business. We used to win battles, territory, wealth with our muscles. And in the last maybe, 100 years, we went from muscles to brain. And now there is a revolution going on regarding how you compete, how you get better, how you evolve, how you attain a better you, better wealth. Before we get started, I'm going to do a little exercise in my office that I thought would be helpful for you to wake up once in a while. So move a little, lose a lot. So, if you have a ball, which I have in the office, and I use this to sit in, you basically go into plank, hands out, shoulder width apart, go down to chaturanga, which is your arms are parallel to your to the floor, and then go back up, and then downward dog. You do that one more time. There, down. You can go back up, and dog. Now, if you do this 5 to 10 times, you will be awake. You will be flowing with creativity. That's 4. And 5. Yeah. So, yesterday I gave a talk to some students from university. And one of the questions that I asked them, is there a difference between your personality at home and the one at work? And there was all sorts of answers. And of course, there's no right answer to that. But I personally believe that there's no difference. You can't be a person at home with some values and then go to work and change your value system. You're basically, if you do that, something's gonna happen. And one of the respondents said, yeah, you're gonna become a ticking time bomb. And that's what happens. When your value system that you have at home is different than your value system that you have at work, you become a ticking time bomb. Eventually it explodes. Eventually it grows on you so bad that you become sick, you get enraged. That's outward like explosion. Inward explosion would be you're getting sick, you get depressed. That's inward explosion. Outward explosion, you get mad, you get sick, you get fired. Yeah. That's what happened to me. Right? My value system didn't match the value system of the organization. What I believed in wasn't in line with what the company believed in. Now, I said that at the beginning of this talk that the revolution going on in business is not about the muscles, the power, the speed. That's already done. You can't outpace 1 billion people trying to compete against you. And that's what you have every single day. You can't outmuscle them, right? And you neither can outthink them anymore, because their collaborative brain is more powerful than yours. The only way to succeed is what Darwin said. It's not the strongest or fastest or the smartest who survive. I'm adding that part. It's the one who adapts. Adaptation comes from evolution. It comes from the ability to grow new neuron cells, new neuron pathways. And in order to do that, you have to feel something. So the revolution that's going on in the business world today, the companies that are winning, have captured this feeling of being able to lead with passion, to lead with their heart. Another way to look at that is if you're running a restaurant and you're serving food and you're not tasting it. You're not tasting it. You're not liking your own food, right? You're serving something you wouldn't eat yourself, or you don't like, you don't find amazing, right? It doesn't make you feel anything, then you're not going to succeed. You're not going to be able to compete against anybody else. Tasting your own food, tasting how you feel emotionally when you go to work is a revolution. And in order to feel something that's not anger, that's not going to implode inside of you, you have to actually understand what your value systems are. You have to understand what you stand for. And your job as an individual inside any organization is to be transparent about those values. And to figure out emotionally if your value system, once you've figured out what they are, matches with the value system of the organization. And if it doesn't, you can't change the organization. You have to either change yourself or move. The revolution that's going on inside businesses today is having the courage to feel. The courage to feel with your heart. The courage to bring your passion into your work. Because without passion, without feeling something, you will never able to compete. You will never able to find who you are. One of the things I concluded with yesterday was this. Society and most businesses are trying to make you not feel. They're trying to make you comply to how they see you. They're trying to make you work on your weaknesses while you should be focusing on your strength. They're trying to make you like everybody else so you become replaceable. And when you become replaceable, you also become lower in value, right? The best way to compete by yourself inside an organization is to be you. The best way to grow inside an organization is to be you. The best way to lead, right, is to be you. I read a great quote today about, in order for you to change the world, like we followed on these classes about, like, what is your big, audacious, or hairy, audacious goal, right? What is your goal that's going to change 1 billion people? Like, we want to have fame and fortune. I'll tell you, it's useless to try to change the world until you can look in the mirror and change yourself. It's useless to try to change the world unless you can look in the mirror and say, this is what I stand for. Because if you do not know what you stand for, you will fall for everything. How do I know that? Well, it happened to me. I fell for anything. I was following anyone. I couldn't say no because I didn't know what I stood for. If you saw me on Facebook Live on Monday, there was a box of Cheerios there and I was pretty upset about it. Why? Because it goes against what we stand for here at Dobico. It goes against my value system. And I get upset that I was picking maybe a little too much on William, who brought the Cheerio with his heart. Because if his value system do not match ours, we're going to row in a different boat. We're going to go in a different direction, and it's going to hurt the organization, right? Make sure you're transparent about what you stand for. Make sure you do not leave your hurt at home. Make sure you become an individual. And I'll be sure, and I'm sure actually, that you will succeed. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful morning.